So here we are at 25/8 Studios and in Scranton, and we're broadcasting from the Stude, owned and operated by Mr. Jimmy Reynolds, and we have a great group of people here, including like Angelo Marzelli, who's a talented local musician, but they're gracious enough to let us use the Stude to do some podcasts. Our guest today is, please say his full name. I don't want to say Pyro.
Jarrell Pyro Johnson from Compton, Compton, California.
From Compton, California. He's literally straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton.
And
into Scranton.
And how did you meet him?
It was through, some mutual friends of ours. I've watched him progress over the last few months, and eventually we just finally ended up in the same place out at Stanley's Comic-Con in Los Angeles in October of this past year.
And for me, Stacey, kind of just, on a Tuesday afternoon is like, in an hour, Pyro's coming. And I'm like, who is Pyro? Pyro stayed for 2 days. What a tremendously talented, great, grateful, great guy. He's compassionate. He's funny. He's understanding. He has 10,000 viewers on 10,000 subscribers at last count on YouTube. He's just growing and growing and growing. He's an actor. He's going to be in a couple of movies. Do you know the movies he's going to be in?
Glass Jaw is going to be coming out soon. They just had the premiere party out in Los Angeles, and if you go onto Glass Jaw on their Facebook, you'll see him because they interviewed him, and it's on the 12 or 15 minute clip that they just put up.
Really amazing young man with an incredible coat of facial hair. But we this is part of the entertainment part where it's like, YouTube influencers and people who are trying to make their way out there. We hope you like it. We hope you enjoy it. And without further ado, let's get into Pyro. So I am fortunately and graciously accompanied by Stacey Toy, an EPA resident, and a gentleman I just met named Pyro.
Yes.
From where?
I'm from Compton, Compton.
That was my line.
I did that for you. I'm
You
sorry.
want to do a take two? Ready?
Yeah, there you go.
Compton.
Get that closer to your mic. You don't know how to your face.
Compton.
You could pull it close, Stace.
I'm making out with it right now.
That sounded kind of like dry making out. You make it a little wetter.
So what we're gonna do is we want to talk about like Pyro being a U2 influencer, an artist, an all-around nice guy, only
on the weekdays, sir.
He's an actor.
Yeah, well, it's artist that's covered.
True.
So we're gonna compartmentalize a story of someone's life that you've lived for over 2 decades, and we're gonna try to do that in 45 to 60 minutes.
Wow.
So this is my first time back being a podcaster in almost like 2 years. We used to do it with NEPA Scene, and then shit happened, and Rich went down to Co-Creative, and they're great people down there, and he's NEPA Scene still going well and awesome, and we have a great relationship with them in the past, and we miss them, and we want to say publicly that we wish nothing but the best for them, and NEPA Scene and Co-Creative, and think they're great. So what year were you born?
I was born in the year of the dragon. No, 1980.
Seriously? Was
Yeah,
that the year of the dragon?
It is. It is.
Well, now, what does that mean?
I don't know. It just looks cool, so I used it. But I really was born in that year, though.
Do you have a tattoo of a dragon?
No, I don't.
See, I have an Asian tattoo.
Oh.
It means combo platter number 4, but we're in good places here. It's the beef and broccoli. So you grew up you were born and raised in Compton.
I was born and raised in Compton. Yes. It's so awesome.
And we don't know if it's sarcastic yet, so we're gonna keep moving forward. But so you don't remember being 1 year old, But do you remember, like, so what was growing up in Compton like? Because I think people like me have supreme misconceptions about what that means.
Well, to be totally honest with you, the misconceptions that you guys had when I grew up was actually not a misconception. It was like that. It was a very different time. It was kind of dark, kind of gritty. Like,
but you're in your your youthful years. Like you're in like. Yeah. You know, from like 0 to 12. I mean, it's very like for that.
It was weird. It's like there was a part of Compton where it was like they were not ready to let the past die, but then there was another part of Compton where it was like, okay, it's time for us to do something else.
Like to make progress and not just stay on the carousel.
Exactly. So that was kind of weird.
So what was like the yesterday, like we can't let go of Compton mentality? Where I
lived, we had a lot of back and forth violence between two rival gangs. I don't want to say the names. Back and forth. And the street I lived on.
The Democrats and the Republicans.
Basically. Hey, the colors are the same.
Yeah. Baskin Robbins and Ben and Jerry's. Isn't that weird?
That is very weird.
It's really strange.
I was the white lines. For sure, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, the great thing about the color of white, it's all color. It's all inclusive.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
they all combined.
What a funny thing for you to say.
No, it's true, though. It's really crazy. You would think I wrote this down.
Yeah, but you just had a epiphany moment. So what was that? I mean, the majority of the country, right? I don't know what the population of Compton is. Do you know?
As of now?
Best guess. 200,000 people, 1 million people?
I would say maybe 350,000.
So for 350,000 people in the United States, life was different than of what most people are accustomed to.
Definitely. And then none of that, but we had the stereotype. So people would actually go to Compton expecting that stereotype. So they would try to make that stereotype happen just because that's what was portrayed on media.
I mean, do you think like people would go there like a tourist attraction just to be like, what's going to happen in Compton?
Yeah.
like almost like,
sure. People do that
like
now.
We're bound to see a shooting star if we go to.
People do that now, but it was more prevalent to actually happen then versus now.
Did the movie increase tourism?
It did, but I think the movie disappointed a lot of people.
Because that was my thing. So we'll get to that. But so, what do you like? What's your fondest memories of? Like, can you relate to me like a fond memory and then a memory of like when you look back on it now you're like that was messed up.
The thing I can say about Compton, and this is from then and now, no matter the situation or circumstance or the violence or non-violence, it's always been a big family thing. Even if it was involved with violence or involved with non-violence, like the family aspect of Compton was just so awesome.
Well, it seemed and look, stereotypes, cliche. Yeah, I don't know shit about shit. It always seemed to me like no matter where it was like you were part of a group. Like you were part. You didn't feel ostracized. You felt like you were part of something.
Exactly. And back when I was raised up, it wasn't really the most richest neighborhood. So a lot of people left home to try to find a family. And at the big scheme of things, that's all it was about, was just trying to find somewhere where you belonged.
I mean, do you think like trying to find a family? Do you think that like at home there was no family, or do you think that like, my impression of it is like, the family unit, air quotes, mom or dad. It seems like they would be, but they seem like they weren't there like because they were working, like they were trying to provide.
Some were working. And some were doing other things. A lot of people were doing drugs was really huge back then.
Was that like the crack?
Yeah.
Cocaine and
more on the side of people not letting things go. So you had some family members that would steal your stuff out of the house, like sell your Hot Wheel cars. Yeah, I feel some way about that. Haven't let that go. But like, I love
somebody stole your car.
Oh my God.
But you say, oh my car. Oh my God. Like there was more than one car.
Oh man, I had a collection. I had about maybe 300 Hot Wheel cars. I loved Hot Wheels.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like somebody stole your Prius.
No. In Compton, yeah, they will steal that. I'll steal that for you.
Yeah. 80 miles a gallon, motherfucker. Like, I'm done stealing this car.
No, we're talking little miniature Hot Wheel cars. I had a thing for
So
those.
Wait, so like even then, people were jacking your rides.
Anything was to get money, man. It was crazy. So, who would want to be in a house where all your stuff can easily be stolen? Like your old school Nike Cortezes, You know, your fresh Pumas.
You are talking to a dude who shops at like the dollar shoe store. I don't know what any of that means.
Well, they're like these old school Nikes. You know Nikes.
I'm aware of the swoosh, yes.
Okay, yes. So the just do it was more like don't do it. So, so we no. So who wants to be in a home like that? So most people turn to the streets to find a family outlet.
So what? So like your childhood, like growing up, and let's say like 0 through 12, like because you would go outside, probably play with your friends, right? What was that like? You didn't have any friends?
I'm just playing.
We needed here, lay down on the couch.
Right.
But what was it like? Like what would like a normal like
Well, what's funny? It's crazy.
Early teenager, post adolescent.
It's really crazy because a lot of people would say that a lot of the young generation was kind of hid from it at first. Because honestly, Compton it's really rich. Like everyone in the community wanted the kids to get educations. So at the end of the day, everyone was very supportive. But you always had that family member or that cousin that just thought that like the gang life was the thing to do. That were always trying to like push you, like, "Hey, join me. I'm your favorite cousin. Do what I do."
I mean, was there a lot of peer pressure for you to do that?
Definitely. But more so from family than it was from like friends.
But do you get? But would you get shit for not doing it?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So like you did not give in to peer pressure for any of that stuff. Like why was that? Like why would you can you think about like why would you make that decision to not go that route?
Well, my grandma was a tough cookie. At the end of the day, I was more scared of her than I was of any gang or anything. My grandma was scared. I'm serious. She was scared.
She's like, I will slit your throat, hide the body, and they will never find it.
Man, Granny was one of those people to come out with like, I don't know, like some shoes on and chase you down the street. Like Granny was scary.
Like
man.
fearless.
Oh my God. I was scared.
Well, because I mean, can you imagine like how she grew up?
Yeah. Well, my grandma grew up in the South, so I can understand.
Well, we were talking about this documentary earlier today, that 13 that's on Netflix about the 13th Amendment. Like,
right.
There was a big influx of basically refugees coming from like the southern states
over to
there. Which is that where she that what she did?
Yep. My grandpa moved out here from Alabama when he was like 16, and then brought the family out here after that.
At 16.
16.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, if he can do it, I can do it too.
Because Compton was like one of those things where it's like, it's the oasis. Come on.
Yeah.
Come to Compton.
But Compton has a really rich land. So, I mean, you could get a nice house out there for like $500,000. Like,
holy shit.
I know. And we're talking like a 2-bedroom with a nice basement and a fireplace.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're an adolescent, like, up until like, I'm going to assume like 12, 13 and usually shit doesn't really change until like you try to more adult yourself after that. Mm-hmm. What was like high school like? What was it like?
Well, high school is interesting. I teetered between public and private school. That was really weird. And we moved along.
Well, that's two different mindsets.
Right,
man.
right. And then we moved around a lot, actually. So while grandma stayed in Compton, we moved between like slums of LA back to Compton. And it was just so much. So the thing is I didn't have enough time or chance to get involved with any activity because if I would have been dormanted in one place, more than likely it probably would have hit me.
Right.
But since I moved around so much that people were like, oh, they just pretty much forgot about me.
So you never had an opportunity to
I did.
No, what I'm saying is like you never had an opportunity to like set a base.
No.
It's like a group of friends who have certain interests and whatever.
Not at all. We moved around like
how many times do you think you moved?
7 or 8 times.
In the span of like what?
I would say after I turned about 7, so about maybe 8 to 15.
Really, you're moving like basically once a year.
Yeah.
And what was the impetus to like keep moving?
Money, mainly.
So it was money. Like seriously?
Yeah, because certain places, especially Compton, Gardena, it's like these places have no rent control. So landlords would. So
all of a sudden, the landlords would just bump it up, and
just because, man.
And you have zero rights to be like.
You can't say anything. You just.
So one month it's $100, and then the next month
it's like 200.
Really? So now all the money that would go to like, hey, we got to get groceries or like, let's pay the electric bill is now gone.
And even if I'm in private school, that's money.
Oh, that's expensive.
So you get dropped
man.
from private school and put in a public school just because you can't afford the private school because of the situation with the living situation. So it was a lot of back and forth of that.
Now this is a fucked up question. I don't want you to think did you grow up with mom and dad or mom or?
No, it's not. That's reality. That's.
Well, I just didn't want to come off as like being the guy. who's like,
it sucks because this is like
you
a
never
norm.
had a family.
It's funny because it's like a norm now, but I grew up without a father. That's like the norm especially in my society.
Right.
Like, it's the norm. Like you can't even use that as an excuse anymore.
Do you know your dad? Have you ever met him?
I do. My dad came back into my life. I'm gonna say 12.
When you're 12 years old.
Yeah, 12 or 13. Yeah.
So
He's a very interesting character too, by the way.
so did your mom raise you?
Yeah. My mom and my grandma, my grandpa, they kind of came in every now and then, but my mom mainly.
I mean, that's gotta be kind of cool in a weird way.
It is, but then it gets to the point where your mom had to work 2 or 3 jobs, so you barely saw your mom. It's kind of like I almost raised myself in a house that my mom paid for.
That's the point that I was getting at,
Yeah.
where it's like, you know, a single mom, like, you know, she can't just have like one job and like pay for everything.
And she used to do graveyard shifts at like United Airlines, so you can imagine.
What, like a stewardess or?
Yeah. No, she was the people that do the desk. I don't know what you call it. To check-in people.
Oh, the ones I argue with all the time. Why my seat is where it is.
Yeah, I used to get stories about that like every night. Every night.
Like another motherfucker
Yeah,
walks
here we go
in. So who?
we might have to join the blue side. No.
Oh, Jesus.
So I mean, were you equally as close to like your mom, your grandmom, and your dad, or
My mom, my grandma, and my grandpa.
that's what I mean, your grandpa?
Yeah, for sure. I love my grandpa to death. He's awesome.
Now, what did he do?
He used to be a truck driver. He did that for like,
Cross country, or
I don't even know, maybe.
that's a lonely life.
It is. And he did that for years and years and years.
And they would do like, you know, they'd be gone for 2-3 weeks, come back for a week, go for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, was that tough for you? I mean, that's a father figure. Was
Well,
that
yeah,
tough?
I mean, yeah. But my grandma, trust me, she took the cake. Grandma
She wore the
was-
boots.
Yeah, grandma was dope.
Had the fucking Matrix code of fucking weapons.
Right. Morpheus. Granny Morpheus. Mr. Johnson.
Yeah. See how far the rabbit hole goes. So
Blue or red pill, and you better take the blue one.
So it's so we have this thing in Scranton where we like, and thanks for being here.
Oh, yeah, no
Like,
problem.
You know,
I love it.
it's a quaint, weird town, but you like for people who don't know you, right? And we look at people in society, we look at you know, people who come from certain places, and we just go like, they don't have a chance, right? There's no opportunity for that. Like, he's gonna be in jail, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
So do you remember the moment where you were like, that's not gonna be
High
me?
school, man. The high school I went to was actually in another gang in a whole nother city, and just the people, man. Like, it's crazy stuff you see when you get older. You start realizing what actually is going on versus what is perceived to you. I mean, what is shown to you.
So there's perception and there's reality, and
right.
Usually what you're getting is perception.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I got to high school, I literally saw it. It was crazy. Like, the life is just crazy.
Like the gang life?
Oh
or-
my God. The things you have to do, the things you have to like, oh my God, it's like crazy.
So
That's why I didn't pledge.
it's almost I would have got sexed in.
Man.
But I mean, if I had a choice, I would have been like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I'll take my lumps, whatever. But I mean, was that like, did you look back and you were like, I mean, did you like take a step back and be like, you know,
Yeah.
whatever I do in life, that is not
Right.
what
And I had a
wanna
friend.
do.
I had a really good friend who was in a gang, and it was he had like been to the hospital 3 times because of gang activity. He got shot a couple of times, and I was like, nah, I'm not trying to be in nobody's hospital.
See, but- and don't take this the wrong way either, but you kind of like glazed over, like, he got shot 3 times. Like, if that happened here, but my friend got shot 3 times. What do you mean your friend got shot 3 times? Like, we need to go bring him flowers.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Yeah.
It would be an incident all over the news. Like, it would be something crazy. Because when I lived in LA, I had a friend who had a roommate who was a teacher down in Compton.
Oh wow.
And he was like, he loved all those kids. Like, he's like, you know, they don't have, like, I can do the best that I can, and that's about it. He's like, but do you have any idea how much violence happens here every day? And do you know that no one reports on it?
Nope. Not at all.
Never in the news. Not in the paper. Nobody says a word, and it's almost like modern society has just forgotten about it.
Yeah, it's like on the freeway we have it's called 105. It's like everything on the north of 105, the news reports, and everything on the south of 105, no one knows anything about or cares. It's crazy.
I mean, did that piss you off, or it's like why isn't anybody shining a light?
It used to piss me off. It used to piss me off. It used to, but I understand it now.
What was the understanding that you got?
The understanding that I got from California is it sucks, but no one really cares about the darkness. People rather see the light. They put up fallacies and false hopes and pretenses to just help the world. Like, hey, we're doing good.
No, don't look over there.
Yeah,
no, we're fine.
That's nothing. Don't look back or you turn into a pillar of salt like that.
Like Gamora.
Exactly. It's crazy.
So was your mom, was your family like, you have to get out of here and go to college?
To be honest with you, my mom did, but I want to say my grandma was still more tougher than my mom at the time, because my mom was still trying to figure out things herself.
Well, I mean, single parent. So how old was your mom when she got pregnant?
I don't know. I think she was the age that I did when I had a son. I think that was 23. I think we're repeating the circle of life in my house. And
in a weird way, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. It's weird. It's like, damn it, I'm falling into the plan. Damn it, into the circle. Like,
well, I mean, the biggest fear any of us have is to become our parents.
Right.
So what was the were you a good student?
Okay.
Like, what were the things that you don't have to be a good student, but there were things that you had to have been interested in?
I wasn't the best student, but I just believe there was more, which made me a bad student. If you understand that.
Well, all right.
Nobody understands that.
So basically, how a teacher tells you the answer is 1, but you're like, there's a reason why it's 1, and it's not just because you say it's 1. Like, there's something else that you're not telling me.
Oh, like history
I love history. That was my favorite subject.
That's the only one I did get in.
But no, it's just...
Don't tell my Russian fiance, but Russian studies, I fucking nailed. I was interested in the Romanovs, the fucking Bolshevik Revolution. I was just like, even my guidance counselor was like, and my guidance counselor, like, every time he talked to me, he always get like the spittle that was stuck like on his lip. So no matter what like prophetic thing or like direction he was trying to get me into, I'm just like, can you just lick your lips, please? It's like a little white thing.
Just right quick, just really fast.
Can you
please.
not? And he didn't understand. He's like, your IQ's good. You're doing shitty in every class, but for some reason, you got a 99 in geometry and Russian studies, and everything else you got a 42.
Wow.
We don't understand that. But and the thing that I figured out was like I only wanted to do things that I was interested in.
Right.
Like, I didn't care about trigonometry.
And not what I was forced to do.
Yeah, they're like, you have to go to gym. Like, I don't. I am not going to be in the NFL. Like,
right.
I am not. I probably won't even be a spectator at a track meet.
Right.
Why are you making me do all this stuff?
Why are you making me do something I don't want to do?
Right.
That's exactly how I feel like high school was to me.
I don't regret anything that I did back there, because it made me who I am today.
Exactly.
But
it's still what it was.
What was the transition like to go from like and you lived basically in like Compton's like Lower East LA, or
I don't know which they call that like South Central. Maybe.
Yeah, I know it's South Central, but it doesn't seem because you're going from like LA City Central.
Mm-hmm.
So it's east of LA.
It's it would be south.
South, yeah. So it's south past
LA
the 10.
Central. Past the way past the 10.
Wait, okay, so it's down.
You got the 10, then you probably have the 105, and then past that. So I'm going almost towards San Pedro and Long Beach almost.
Okay, so that's why it took me so long to get home that night.
Yeah.
Even though I was driving 110 miles an hour.
It's far. It's like a whole nother world down there.
But so what was, but basically like that general vicinity is like what you grew up with until you're like, what, 17? 18?
No, I went to college at 16.
How? Are you like a genius?
College classes. I was in college classes while I was in high school.
Who forced you to do that? Because that wasn't your
definitely
idea.
my mama. Oh my God. My mom was trying to, like, I don't know what she was doing because I was also playing football too. So mom was like, well, you need to take college classes. I'm like, I don't have time. She's like, you'll make time. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess. So
Sleeps for the week.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that, like, when I graduated high school, I went to college as like almost a junior, sophomore.
What?
Yeah, that was really cool.
Okay, so you decided to go to college, right? Well, no, your mom decides for you to go to college, right?
And the funny thing is it was called Compton College at the time.
Really?
So isn't that hilarious? That's just funny. I love telling people that.
That's a hard scrabbled. That's a hard scrabbled college.
Right, Compton College.
I want a T-shirt that says that.
It's not called that no more though. So
come on in. Leave
fun.
your RPG at the door.
Yeah, it's not called that no more.
That's so terrible.
It was good. It was good while it was lasted though.
So what? So how long did you go to Compton College? At 16?
2 years. I went there 2 years.
So you went there till you were 18.
Well, no, I'm not telling the truth. I went there.
Oh, you're a liar.
I am a liar.
Okay, good. It's nice to know that everything from now on could be total bullshit.
I took enough college credits to count as 2 years. I'm sorry. Because I graduated high school with 60 credits in college.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it would be like I went to college for 2 years when I graduated high school.
So you were like the epitome of being an overachiever.
And I loved it because I felt like college gave me that thing that high school was hiding from me.
What choices?
No, that too.
You know? Oh, do you want to take
I didn't
astrophysics?
have a baby, though,
Sure.
So I made the right choices then.
You still don't have a baby at that time.
I did not have a baby.
Yeah, so at 16 you weren't like
Exactly.
Yeah, warm it up. Warm the formula up.
I made no Tupac songs happen. So I felt good about it.
So, all right, so tell me how you get to Virginia.
All right. This is fun. So my grandpa's
is
first
it?
cousin,
Let me decide that.
It is. It is very fun. Wait till you hear it. So my grandpa's first cousin's with the president of Hampton University in Virginia.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Need I say more?
I'm going to I'm going to ask a stupid question.
Go
Did
ahead.
he meet him in his travels?
Yeah.
He's a truck driver.
Oh yeah.
Like at a diner somewhere.
I would hope so. At Waffle House, you know?
Yeah, or he was like
or
sending
Waffle
them.
House, as I heard it was called.
No, it's
In
not
some
really
places.
that bad.
In some places, it's called.
From what I hear, it's great when you're hammered. Yeah,
Oh
if you're
yes.
like super drunk
Thinking
and you're
everything great when you're hammered.
like, not everything.
What is it?
I don't know, old food. Like food that's like when you're drunk and you're like, I'm good to eat something because I'm gonna feel like shit.
Usually when I'm drunk, I eat Denny's though. So.
Do you get moons over Miami?
Oh my God, I love that thing.
Right?
And it's only like what, $4?
Don't get the Monte Cristo though.
The Monte Cristo?
Yeah.
That must be
It's like a deep fried.
Yeah, that's a Scranton thing, I think. Or like
No, that's all
It's
over
an
the-
East Coast thing, not a.
Monte Cristo might be an East Coast
Yeah,
thing.
we don't have that.
Yeah, it's basically like French toast, a bunch of other stuff that they
Really?
deep fry, and then they cut it into triangles.
That sounds very interesting.
like a kindergarten lunch. And then you
like
eat it. But when you look at the caloric intake, it's like it's there's like an infinity symbol.
What? It sounds like a conspiracy.
There's so many
I
calories
wouldn't mess
in
with
it.
that. I would not mess with that.
It's like
No.
it's like the intake that you should have for like a week, according to the Nutrition Guide of America.
I would run away from that.
All right, so your grandfather knows the president,
Well, he's the first cousin.
the first cousin. So he's the first
Their
cousin.
And then I went
So
there.
what? So like that was his mom, or that was like his brother or his sister's kid,
Yeah.
or
Yep.
no, his uncle's uncle or aunt's kid.
His yeah, something like that. I don't know the whole everything, but it is first because he's my third.
Did he pull strings?
No. Not at all.
No.
Look at how look at
You know what's funny?
No.
I almost got hit by a Mercedes Benz, and I knew it was his because it was a Mercedes Benz that never came out yet when I went there. And I was
So
like,
he
that
was
gotta
like
be.
he got him money.
I don't even think he even like gave a crap. I went to a school. I love him because he's family, but
He didn't give a shit that you were there.
nope.
Did he even acknowledge? Did he ever
Nope.
invite you over for
Nope.
dinner?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Did he wave?
Nope.
There's a lot of no's that are really fast. And
You're
no,
shitting me. Like he never.
Nope.
He was never like, hey.
He was nicer to me at the family reunion when I was 9.
That's your only
That is the
barometer
that's
for
the
knowing
only
this guy.
one. Yep.
All right, so, but at least he helped you get in some backdoor way,
I don't
or
think so.
no?
I don't think
No,
so.
there was zero help.
My college credits helped me get in that school.
Are you shitting me?
Real serious. I went in there with like a 3.8, 3.9.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were infinitely smarter than me.
No, it's not smart. I'm just wise at what I do.
What's the fucking difference between wise
A
and
lot.
Wise
Take college
means
credits to cover up your high school credits. Lesson kids. And
Why is why is his intelligence with experience? Maybe that's what that is.
yeah.
So was it hard for you to be like, hey, I'm gonna go cross country to a land I have
You know
never...
what's funny? I don't know. I just wanted to see something different. I've seen Compton. I mean, I've been here. I've been to LA.
You could have went to Knott's Berry Farm.
Nah, that's no. Knott's Berry Farm sucks.
Or Big Bear.
Oh, Big Bear sucks.
Oh man,
I tripped
All
too
my
many times
friends
on
go-
black ice and Big Bear.
Isn't it shitty?
he's looking
Is
for
it
black
shitty?
ice. He has no
I
idea
am
what
looking
black
for black
ice
ice.
is.
Yeah, that's not a drug.
No, I know.
You literally, it looks like wet shit, and you fall and break your
He's
ass.
looking
on
for it.
There's also a hair product called Black Ice. I used to use it in my hair when I had curls, by the way.
You had curly hair.
Yeah, I did. I used to put tap water in it, and it just used to curl up, and then I just throw black ice on it just to sprinkle the tops. Oh
Like,
man!
Wait, did you look like Eric LaSalle in Coming to America?
That's the reference I was going to make, but I didn't know what the
No,
guy's
it
name
was
was.
not.
your soul.
I never knew his name.
Eric LaSalle. He was
Wow.
on. He was on ER too.
Oh,
He was one of the original doctors on ER.
wow, he was.
Yes, he was.
Damn.
So when you
Eric
sat
LaSalle.
back, did like you leave like marks on
it
the
wasn't-
chair
No,
like he did?
It wasn't Easy E Ice Cube Jerry curl. It was just a nice small. It was kind of like, I don't know if you guys know
Easy
the
had
singer
a good
Genuine. Genuine. It was kind of like his curls, like very small.
Pony?
Yeah, that guy.
I don't even remember what that guy looks like.
Yeah, I had curls like
My
him.
shadow
Yeah.
riding my pony. And I was totally like the drunk dude doing like the
God.
the air humping to that
God.
song.
I don't know why I can see that. I see
and
you can do that now.
Yeah, and people just like, well, at the time I thought it was funny.
Yeah, they're like, that's my man right there. Nobody said that. Not one person.
Like for some reason, like when I did that, for some reason, like when I was at a party and I did that, somehow, like, do you know how the super rich people like put the blindfolds on to go to sleep? Like 60 kids would just do that and make like a blind test.
Oh no!
They can't see me if I put the eyeglasses on.
So what was
You were like
going?
in an eclipse.
I was terrible. They were like, we want to hear him, but we don't want to see him. So what was it? So what was it like? Like, did you drive? Like, what was it like to get there? Because I've driven across country a couple of times, and I think
did not
that
drive.
so you flew
Yes, I wasn't
or
driving.
train. I could have said train
You could have, but I flew. I did an 8-hour. I think it was an 8-hour flight.
with the layover,
I stopped in Charlotte, North Carolina, before I got there.
and you didn't know anybody there.
Besides my family, who I thought was going to look out, or not even like on no hey.
He didn't
that's
even
my
he didn't
family,
even
cool.
giving you like a Mercedes-Benz honk as he drove
Nope.
by. What a bastard!
Right, just get out the way or you die.
Do you already
California
wait?
boy.
Do you already have your diploma?
Huh?
Do you already have your diploma?
Diploma or degree?
Whatever.
I did not finish. No,
You didn't finish?
unfortunately, no.
Do you have any plans of going back?
I do.
Oh shit! So I
Yeah.
can't say fuck that guy.
Well, no, I'm not going back there. No, that's it. That's done.
So your
No, I'm
credits
done.
are coming with you.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
going.
Good.
Yeah.
So when you get to Virginia, which it has to be some weird way like a culture shock.
Yeah, but I was weird.
I know that you're weird,
I was
which is why
very-
we're
I was
doing
very
this because I
weird.
find you interesting as shit.
Yeah, I was very weird. Thank you.
But what does weird mean? Because that's a sliding scale.
When I say weird, I don't know. Like everything they told me don't do, I wanted to do it. So all my friends
So
were
like,
like,
don't eat
go."
yellow snow. You're like, fuck these people. I am doing it.
That was me too, though.
Yeah.
But
You
that
ate
was
yellow snow?
No, I never ate yellow
I'm
snow.
like that. I'm like
But
that.
I was that way. Like when they
Yeah.
told me don't do it, and
like,
I'm still
hell yeah.
kind of the same way. But
My
you
father,
are too.
Yeah, but my father called it oppositional defiance. Where
Okay.
anybody like anything they wanted me to do, I didn't
do.
Yeah, I was always like, let's take the road less traveled.
Yeah.
And the road less traveled was always the one where it's like there's speed bumps, there's cannibals.
But you know the good
There's
thing
people trying
about
to
that
kill
though,
ya.
the good thing about it is that you now know.
Yeah, I was the guy that like every situation in my life, like I graduated. So for me to graduate at high school, you had to have a GPA of 65.
I don't know
as
what
an
that
average.
means. I don't know what that means.
Your grade point average.
Oh, okay.
Like at the end of the year when you
Out
add
of
everything up
100.
and out of 100.
Okay.
Right?
Damn.
65. So I had a 64.6. I'm not
Wow.
a stupid person, but they
Yeah.
rounded it up. That's how I graduated high school.
That works.
So I never thought like I was going to be a successful person as a huge like college.
But
or
you know
anything
what's
like that.
crazy? People who do, I hate to even say this, but there's a lot of people who really do bad in school that end up turning out to be great individuals
Yes.
in life.
It's the same kids. This is my amazing theory, and I'm self-proclaiming it as amazing. ADD, ADHD. You know, they're like, you know, my kid can't pay attention. My kid can't do this, right? The motherfucker's been playing Call of Duty for 12 hours. You know, or like my kid has ADD, but they've been painting for like 2 days.
I
Like,
haven't. It's a superpower if you know how to.
If you know how to harness it. You
That's
know,
awesome.
It's a phenomenal thing to have because,
Agreed.
like you, like for music or for like vlogging or like the sketch videos that you do, like that has to be something that like I don't even know if you realize it, but in hindsight, looking at it, I'm assuming that you go like your brain kind of just gets really myopic, and everything else just
becomes blind.
Yeah, it just goes away. It looks like you're a horse in a race where they have the blinders on.
Yep.
Your only focus is in that moment, like that thing. I don't think that you have attention problems.
No, I've been like that since I was a kid though. Like with music, like I focus on like a one-track mind kind of. You forget about everything else.
See, but I think that's a great recipe for success.
I love it. Hell, Einstein had that.
Yeah, he was a crazy person. Like, what was it? There's some sort of historic, like some sort of trivia where like Einstein did something like where all of us were capable of doing, and we did it, and Einstein was just like couldn't do it.
Yeah, but I mean, he also did some other questionable things with family members in the same aspect. So
You have my cousin. I love you.
pretty much.
You know, E equals you and I.
Squared.
You got to use that. You got to use that.
Got to be squared.
See if you can get somebody with that line.
So how many? So what did you want your major to be? Like, what did you like? So when you're 18 years old and you're going across the country, basically 16. Oh, you're like fucking Doogie Howser.
Oh, right? He is.
So when you like, I'm now like realizing I've accomplished less than I thought I did. So when you go across country, like what do you think? Like, what do you think your future is going to be? Like, what do you think? That question had to cross your mind. Like, what am I going to be in 5 years?
And this is kind of mean, but I'm like, oh man, I don't have to ever see my mom again unless I want to.
That was the thing. For those not listening, my head just shook.
No.
I mean, do you not get along with her?
No, I love my mom, but
see, my mom's a tough lady. Like,
Yeah, we
my
just
mom
had a
still tells me
relationship.
that the gas station's hiring.
Oh.
Right? And then I come back with like, for those, there are those that do and those that don't, and those that don't teach gym.
Well, she was a
and
gym
not
teacher.
just
She's
a weird
like-
guy named Jim either.
No, gym. Why is it called gym? Because there's no gymnastics.
It's not.
It was like calisthenics too, or something.
Yeah.
It
No.
didn't even make sense.
Why do they call it gym class?
I don't know.
But you didn't want to see your. You're like
Well, I mean, I love my
I have a
mom.
choice.
Yeah, I'd rather have a choice. To see
I love my mom too, and you can too for $12.99. So you.
Oh Lord.
So, but why would that be the thing that you think about?
Just because me and my mom have a relationship. I love my mom to death. I really do. But
Did you
there's times
when you
where-
left, when you created that distance, did you feel like you guys got along better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The further we're away, the more we get along.
I think you guys are a lot more alike than you think.
That's the problem.
usually
no,
what
that's
it is.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I know that even now to this day.
You're two north poles of a magnet just going
My
at
mom
each
loves
other.
me right now because I'm not there. Like she's calling
Yeah,
me.
she's like,
every
I
minute.
miss you.
Where are you? Call me. A call would be nice.
And then you get back,
like,
you get back in the vicinity, and she's like, "Why are you calling me?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I love you, but why are you calling
Yeah, I love
me?
you, but you got that $20 you owe me.
Yeah, why didn't you? Yeah. I bought you seven.
But what-
I bought you 7 Snickers.
Right, but when I'm going, do you need $20? No, I don't. Because
Don't
when I
give
get
me
back
handouts.
home, it's
I don't want no handouts.
Right.
So how many years were you there not completing college? How many years were you there failing
Well,
at college?
I was there before everything was about 3.5 years. I would have been done if everything went according to plan.
Do you mind if I ask why it didn't?
Money.
Seriously? Like
Mainly money.
there was no like financial aid?
My grandma
or-
passed. Money got really hard.
that's terrible.
I had to get a job, and it was hard to balance a job doing 2 jobs.
Where were you working?
I did TJ Maxx for a while.
They have great deals on clothes.
They do, but it's not good to work there. Stay away.
No, it can't be. It looks like
my God,
it's like a
hell.
third world country. It's
Oh my
like
God, it's
Cambodia.
hell. It is.
Yeah.
And most of the employees look like they're Cambodian as well. No, stay away.
Oh,
And then I did Big Lots. Big Lots was fun.
We have a Big Lots here.
Yeah, I saw.
And we have a TJ Maxx. We
The
have a
lights were
TJ
out.
Maxx.
The lights were out, so it's called Pig Spots. That's what you call it now. There was no light in the B and no light in the L, so I'm calling pig spots. Because I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about either, so that's even better.
There's no light on the B and the L in Big Lots, so you call it pig spots now.
I'll call it whatever. I just get cheap carpet. That's all I know is I walk in and I get
Big Lots has really good furniture, though, actually.
They really do.
They do. I love their furniture. It's awesome.
It's better than IKEA, but when you walk in, you feel like you're at a flea market. No.
Oh.
The closest IKEA is 90 minutes. It's terrible. And then I go down and I'm like, I don't like any of this. I'm going to get some Swedish meatballs.
They have good Swedish meatballs, but the last thing you want to do is put stuff together. Like
I don't mind putting furniture together.
Nope.
I really don't. Do you? Well, you can't put furniture together because you're a woman.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Unless you were a changeling, you can do it.
I could if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
Can you breed and cook?
But it's like mismatching the pieces too. Like who wants to? It's like a scavenger hunt.
It's very hard to put the florgen in with the oostgund.
And I don't know. Every time I get something from there, there's always a piece missing.
That's because you didn't find it. You got it. It's like, oh, let's do this whole scavenger hunt and then pay for it too, and then figure out how it fits in your car.
Yes,
and then put it together.
What? And then what they do is like sometimes it's in the bag it came in.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, but the Swedish meatballs kind of make life a little happier.
Meatballs, those are awesome.
All right.
Well, when I used to eat meat, they were awesome.
So after 3.5 years, like you got a decision to make. What is the decision that you make?
I didn't want to come back to Compton.
Seriously?
Yeah. I was in love with it, man. I love it. I still do love it. Just not as much as I used to, but I love
Virginia or Compton?
Virginia.
You didn't want to move back?
I think I loved more so the atmosphere. It could have been here. It was just different from what I've seen all my life.
Because we have seasons?
Mainly, I love seasons. No, I'm serious. I love this. I love seasons. We don't get that in everything's summer in damn LA.
You have summer and kind of spring.
Right. Because it gets kind of cold.
And there's no smog. You don't have smog here.
Yeah, we have a lot of smog.
We actually do have smog if you pay it. I'll show you one day.
Oh, okay.
So so you don't want to go back to Compton?
Nope.
So what do you do?
I was also an event planner by that time. Yeah.
Like weddings, bar mitzvahs?
No, not those kind of events.
Oh, this is going to get interesting.
I threw parties. Like
legit parties, or were just like
well, first it started off as house parties, but then I got licensing and did all that extra stuff, and I was.
But you did like all the legal shit, like you went through it all.
I think that's called an entertainment producer, because Tiffany Haddish was one too. It's like a hype man to make the parties go better and make sure they're all in order.
Yeah,
I think that's the title.
So wait, tell me that little nugget of your life. Tell me about that.
A little nougat. Yeah,
a little no. Nougat is an additive in candy bars, and no one knows what it is.
That's true. No one does know what that is, unless you watch Stranger Things.
I know what caramel is. I do not know what nougat is.
No, I was doing that in college as well. But while I was in school, just an extra way to make money. Had a couple of good nights actually. Used to bring home a lot of money. But
did you pay your taxes?
Yeah.
Holy shit, you did?
I did.
You were honest about
I had a legal like.
What was the name of it?
Don Style Entertainment.
Don Style?
Mm-hmm.
DON
STY.
space STYLE
Entertainment. Yeah.
Really?
We did music. We did parties. We had DJs. We did everything.
Did you ever throw a foam party?
Oh, I wanted to so badly. That was the dream. But after the toga party, I was just like, no.
Like come on, those are fun.
Not for my toga party. Did not end up fun.
You just have a whole bunch of girls like pulling their togas up and just peeing in the front yard, because that's all I remember.
Yeah, mine didn't go that.
My toga parties always turned into clan meetings, and I'm like, you guys are in the wrong fucking place. I don't know what Instagram or Facebook event you saw.
What school is that?
Yeah. Who wears pillowcases at a toga party on their head?
You're hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah, we're gonna move the location.
Yeah. Seriously.
How many years did you do that?
I was doing that for about 3 or 4 years. I mean, while I was in college, I would say second year in college, I started doing it. I did it because I had an apartment. I was the only one that got there at that time that got an apartment my second semester. So I was like, oh, I got freedom. So I started throwing parties, and it got big enough because I got a group together. We became a team. And then after that, we just started saying, hey, we each have a following, so let's just bring them together and throw an event. And I kind of got addicted to it.
You got addicted to throwing parties.
I did.
Now, what were the parties like? Like, what was the atmosphere? Like, what was like the camaraderie? What was the...
Well, first it started off as all college only.
Right.
But then, like, you know, when you do things and it gets big enough, more people are going to hear about it. So then, like, more of the local community started to come in too. So it just started going into a different vibe.
Like the townies would start showing up. Yeah.
Yes, the townies. And it just became a different vibe.
Like, it was like, I don't like this anymore.
I liked it, but it was just not as fun as it used to be. And then it became the fact that I have to do this because I need money to survive.
Is it okay? So now let's move into like the artist thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is something I've struggled with, and Stacey doesn't consider herself an artist, but she is. When you do it because you want to do it, it's fun.
Right.
When you do it and there's money on the line,
it doesn't become
fun anymore.
Nope.
I mean, did you run into that there?
Music was always something I did that was fun. Music was like my let go.
Your outlet.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, because it became money, because money was very hard. And I wanted to stay in school. That was my biggest concern. But because I wanted to finish just because everybody wanted me to.
How many credits shy are you?
I don't even want to tell you.
It's just like a
semester. To me, it's either like 70 or 6.
It's like 12.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, do it online.
No, I could. But you know what's funny? When you go to a historical black college, some credits are not going to count at a regular college that you would like them to.
That's true.
Why? Because it was a black college?
Yep.
Well, that's not true. It's all colleges, because I went to a private college, and so I had to go to a college that was equivalent, or they still didn't transfer the majority of them. I had to go and, you know, get them from the college itself with such a small amount.
Yep.
Like senior seminars and stuff like that, you kind of have to go back to the college to do it. You can't
paid
just
them
do it.
for the credits. Give them to me.
It doesn't matter. Well,
I know, right?
seriously, at that point.
So how do you transition out of, like, you know, basically like a promoter and a I don't know what other words there are for that.
Entertainer, I guess.
Yeah.
Entertainment producer.
Entertainment producer. Yes.
How do you how do you transition out of that? Like, because to me these are all chapters.
Right.
So how do we get to the next chapter?
Some bad things happened. Had to leave. And
was it food poisoning?
I've got that a few times in that state more than anywhere else in my life. It's quite,
in Virginia, you got the most food poisoning.
I blame Taco Bell.
That's strange.
Stop eating Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell, though.
No, you can't.
Hop up to like Baja Fresh or something. It's amazing.
Baja Fresh is great.
I don't like them.
I always go and fly out of Atlanta because they have a Baja Fresh.
Really?
And I always stop on the way home and I get like 2 of these special burritos.
I don't like Baja
because
Fresh.
there's nowhere around here that I could get them. So I purposely fly out of Atlanta.
She eats it like someone who plays a harmonica and just weeps the whole time.
The
Like she got
heck
the
out of
magic
here.
conch show.
Yeah.
Whatever.
She
I
eats a
have Baja
burrito
Fresh.
side first.
You could say whatever you
No,
want.
I have a bad experience with Baja Fresh Postmate wise, so I don't like Baja Fresh.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
They
Okay, so if you want, it's up to you if you want to get into it. But like,
I'm not going to get into that, but
how like was it
He didn't
dramatic?
murder
it was
anybody.
really bad. Police were knocking on my door, but
You didn't do it.
I did not do it.
There you go. That's all you need.
Yep.
Moving on.
And then I left Virginia.
But do they like? Would they like pester you afterwards?
No. It was,
So you're just like, this is bullshit. I'm getting
it just got to be way too much. I mean, it was just bad.
because you don't seem like somebody who's like a crime committer.
I'm not. Keep believing. I'm playing. I'm not.
Remember that part where he said he was a liar?
The secret about me is you just have to pay attention to the smile. That's all.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's $1 million smile. I'm just
That's all I
telling
do.
you.
I get away with so
you
much.
like so how quick was it for you to like, I'm out?
Well, my mom was a part of that getting me out. So I left. But I mean, another big deal was I was kind of sad about my grandma as well.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of
That's tough,
it was a
man.
lot of factors.
Yeah.
So that was another reason why I did not want to go home, because it was a lot of sadness with
Was
that.
there a little self-destructive in you?
a lot of.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I just want to make sure I wasn't alone in my
Eminem was the
feelings.
idol
Yeah, me
back for
too.
that. You know, during that time, Eminem was like God.
Wait, was this like which Eminem?
This is like
which album?
Second, third album.
Was that Encore? Was the second one, or
Encore was the third, I think, wasn't it?
because My Name Is
Was the first
whatever
one.
was the first one, and then the second. I don't remember what the
I
second.
mean, unless
one
you
was.
count Eminem original like Infamous, that was the first one. and then we go into Marshall Mathers.
Oh, it was the Marshall Mathers was the second one, I
And
think.
the third one was, damn it.
I don't remember, damn it.
No, that
I don't know if that had any hits.
That was a private one, only for private people. No.
Like Prince. Eminem was just sitting home making albums for himself.
He was, actually. That's the crazy thing. That's why he's so dope.
Hi, my name is. I'm going to make my own album. No one's going to hear it. So how did you? So what? You went back to Compton?
No, my mom moved to Gardena at that time, so I pretty much went back to Gardena. So it's kind of down the street from Compton. Gardena is like another suburb of Compton. They're like 2 minutes away.
But what? So when you came back, like, what was the plan?
I don't know. When I got back, the plan was just to,
Thank God I'm out of Virginia.
basically,
Yeah.
first off, and then second off, just try to find a job and get a living. I guess to get out of my mom's house again.
Well, I mean, look at this. At the end of the day, she was there.
Yeah,
for
but
you.
I still didn't want to be there. The whole journey of this,
You know what it's like?
is
You know what
leaving
it's
mom.
like? You know, it's like Mario saves Princess Toadstool,
Like just that
and
name.
then Mario's like,
So regal.
Right.
Mario's like, hey,
Toadstool.
I did a lot of stuff to help you. I want to kiss, and maybe like we can go stay at like a bed and breakfast. And Toadstool was like, or Princess Toadstool was like, no.
Yeah, no.
Like, you did all this work. I still don't.
No.
It was between Bowser and you, and I chose neither.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a
No.
I
Right.
NES'd my way.
Yeah,
into
you just
that.
went to the whole Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I did.
Right now, you just
So
Got it.
what did you do?
what did I
You're
do?
like, I'm just looking
I don't
for a
know.
job. I
That was
want to move away.
That was a real lost part in my life. I wanted to do music heavy when I got back, and I still wanted to throw parties because that was still in my DNA at the time.
Yeah.
Now. So the main thing was just trying to throw events, but that didn't have success in LA like it did in Virginia at
Because
all.
there's like 4,000
Exactly.
event planners.
Everyone throws parties.
Yeah, everybody's a
Even
promoter.
people's grandmothers
everybody's-
throw parties in LA. It's crazy.
So you basically came back to being a needle in a stack of needles.
Yep.
So then what? Now you got to course correct because you're like, what is this?
And then I met my child's mother, and the rest is history.
All right, that's the end of the podcast. Thanks for.
Thanks for coming to Scranton.
I got a job at T-Mobile. Did that and security. Just doing both.
Like-
I don't know why I got into security. Well, you know why? Actually,
Well, probably
I know
because
why.
it seemed like
I know why.
I get to sit.
I got the story why. When I used to throw parties, I actually liked one of the girls. Not the girls. I liked this guy. He used to do security, and like I was like, man, this is such an awesome job. Like you get to walk around with a gun legally and do whatever you want. Like I don't know. I fell in love with that idea.
Yeah, you could be a cop too.
Right? Well, not.
No, you
not
could
in
be a
Compton.
good cop.
Not in Compton.
Does Compton have its own police force?
Well, they did. Now we have LA sheriffs because
No.
Compton police couldn't. It wasn't. Yeah, we have
Why, were they
sheriffs. now.
corrupt?
Yeah, a lot.
Really?
It was a lot of crap with Compton Police Department.
I mean, are they trying to
I don't know.
knuckle down on that, or
I don't know. But I know LA sheriffs they're cracking down right now in Compton. It's crazy. They're on it.
but are they, like, do they do like the community policing instead of just being like crime? Like, do they come in and like? I always like the videos when you see like the cop who stops and
help?
like plays basketball.
I've never seen that
really.
ever. I mean, there was this guy who was just really cool with the family who happens to be a police officer that was really dope. But other than that, like, nah, never seen that.
So how do you you meet girl?
Mm-hmm.
Girl gets pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
You have baby.
I have baby. Yes.
Baby's name is.
I love baby. I'm not saying his name.
Baby's gender is.
Mel.
All right, so you had a son.
Yes. I love baby.
And
He's awesome.
And was that life changing for you?
It was. It's still life changing. It's crazy. Like just to see another art form come out of like, well, not me because that'd be weird. I'm not Octomom. Just to see like,
I have made a broad canvas of children.
no, just to see it like it's crazy. Like he is like me to a T times 10 at his age is scary.
Now, how old is he?
He's 5.
Now, how much of like a massive personality does he have?
Oh my God.
I'm assuming this. I'm asking. Like, I don't know this.
Oh
I'm
my
asking.
God. It's huge. Like,
What
oh
does he
my
do that
God.
like? What does he do that like puts you in awe? Where you're like, I made that.
He's smart. He just called me a freaking
But you're smart too.
No, the
We
way
just
he's smart is
established that.
different. His smartness is just, he's a smart ass for sure. But he just what did he call me? He called me a psychopath not too long ago.
He's like, Dad, you're
And I'm like, what?
you're a psychopath.
How do you even know what that means?
I was
and he,
not- I
and he
was-
explained it. And he was right.
I was on Netflix.
No, or these new cartoon shows that are out. That's
Wait,
really
these new
big.
cartoon shows have serial killers in
Phineas
them?
and Ferb? No, like Phineas and Ferb?
I don't know. I'm not.
my
I'm not.
Lord.
I'm not hip on the
The words
5-year-old.
they say?
What do they say?
Like serendipitous.
I love that word.
Right, I do too.
I've been dubbed the queen of serendipity,
What-
so
what-
I love that.
Why would you have that on a cartoon show for kids?
I don't know. Broaden their vocabulary.
It's crazy. Like,
I think they should put defenestrate in every cartoon. That's a good word.
Megalomaniac.
Like, no, his vocabulary is huge and it amazes me.
So
And he picks up things like that. It's
see,
crazy.
you're gonna be working for him one day.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I believe it. I think I'm doing it now.
But you
see his
are
YouTube
really-
videos.
Well, you technically you are.
You just see
Yeah.
his YouTube videos. It'll drive you nuts.
Well,
But you
he's.
are-
I just saw him on one of yours.
He actually talks on these. I have some with him actually being himself.
I love you like play cousins.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's what he says.
That's my saying. And he's like, I love you like play cousins.
But you're a very hands-on father, which is
Oh,
great.
man, yeah,
You're
yeah.
very like you take him to school, you pick him up, like you're always doing stuff with him, which is extremely important, especially
Oh my
coming from
God,
someone
yeah.
that never had a dad. Like you're changing the cycle.
I'm trying.
in a good way.
I'm trying because I know what I didn't have.
Yeah.
And I don't want him
My
to feel
dad
that.
never did that stuff.
Right?
My dad's a great guy. He just never.
My dad is too, but he never did it either.
Oh, I had a really great dad. He's awesome. Sorry, guys.
Well, my dad did do one thing for me, which was really awesome. He got me for my prom, he got a limo driver that he never paid. That was awesome.
How does that even happen?
Well, at
I
the
don't
end of
know
the
how he
night,
believed
he asked Pyro where the money is, and Pyro shrugged, walked away.
I don't know. Maybe that's why I got dropped off in that house in
Yeah, I
Crenshaw.
think.
There you go. The wrong place.
Yeah, I think you had to deal with my
Walk.
dad. I'll see you later.
I don't know. My dad is a really good manipulator, though, so he probably talked him out of.
So
Is he
are
a
women.
salesman?
Actually, he's real estate.
Bingo.
Yeah, there's been no murders in this house. You should be fine. And then they move in 6 months later.
Right.
Their furniture's floating in the air, and the spirits are restless.
You know how many dead snails I've seen out of my dad's house?
Dead snails.
He sold salt to all of them.
Ew.
They believe
Wow.
him. They've all believed him.
He just kills snails.
No,
it's a
figurative.
metaphor.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Gullible's written on the ceiling, Marky. It's a metaphor.
I trust people. You say something, I believe you.
He sold snails salt.
To a
What
salt to a
snail
snail.
buys something? When was the last time a snail
Oh,
bought
I thought he
something
said
off
there
of
was a
you?
lot of dead snails around his house.
Because he sold salt to all
them.
of them.
Oh,
Like, yeah, selling ice to an Eskimo.
I'm dense.
It's okay. We can have this one.
Did I tell you I had a 64.6 average in school? They rounded it up. So how do you get to like, how do you make the conscious decision for like, you go to school for, what you go to school for? Because I already
Music
forgot what your majors were.
engineering.
Music engineering.
It was music engineering, and then
We
it
switched
was
to sociology.
I meant party planning.
Entertainment producer. You
No,
put
but
that
which
on your
is-
resume.
That
Yeah,
should
but-
be a class, actually.
But like seriously, like what an interesting.
Turn of events. Ooh.
But picking sociology, like that's really, and
see, I
that
always
had to
loved
work
history.
for your career.
I loved history, and I just that transpired. To
Why did
sociology.
Hitler do what he did? Or no,
there's-
actually, sociology would be more like, why did they follow Hitler?
It,
Well,
it
yeah,
could be both.
it's-
It could be both to a certain extent.
Yeah.
What happened in society that made him want to do that?
So, are you like fascinated with the human condition? Like, why do people do what they do? Like,
I
what's,
was.
Well, that's where the whole, like,
Yeah.
he wanted, you told me one, but why is it one? Like, he was asking those questions at an early age,
Yeah.
at his childhood.
I always
So
wanted to
it's-
know more.
you just didn't know
and
that-
figure out the underlining.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So I mean, in essence, you don't have a diploma, but you kind of got the education.
Yeah, I'm
then-
smarter than
then
most people.
And I'm pretty sure afterwards you continued being interested in those things.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I mean, Barnes and Noble, man. Well, back then, Borders. I love Borders and Barnes and Nobles.
Do you have BAM?
The heck is BAM?
Books A Million?
God, no.
Oh.
That's what we got.
That's
We'll take
before
it down
my
the
time.
street.
Yeah, we lost Borders and Barnes and Noble and
You
got
lost Barnes and Noble?
and got Bam.
Yeah, we got Bam.
Wow.
We got Bam.
Is it like a comic book Bam? Like Bam?
No, it is literally like a Barnes and Noble or a
Yeah.
Borders that has.
But I collect the For Dummies books. Like I buy
love the For
every
Dummies,
single.
yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Have
I
you
have like
seen the book Dummies for
hydroponics. No, but I want it.
No,
I want
that's
it
really
all.
one. I'm serious. Dummies for Dummies. I was like, wow, they really ran out of ideas.
That's amazing.
So how do you like so far like you're like it's almost like you've lived like 12 different people's lives
Someone would say.
up until that point. So so now what happens? And I'm trying to get to like
You're trying to get to
point
the-
of
the
like
fun
what
life.
you're currently doing.
Okay, well, in college, everything is always reoccurring. So in college, I did start a YouTube channel. This was 2006. I put 2 videos up, and at the time, I didn't think YouTube was going to do anything. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I just did it for fun.
It seemed like a repository for
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I had this channel just sitting there. At the end, I met a girl. She was really big into YouTube. I mean, like heavy. I've never seen no one. Even now, I've never seen nobody so addicted to YouTube in my life. Like literally every day we would wake up and she'd be like, "Oh, the Judy's Life is on. We have to watch the Judy's Life." And I'm just like,
fucking Judy's
right. Oh man, they're huge. And I'm just like, whatever. So we literally used to watch it, and I actually started falling in love with it. Like the fact that she could talk about her life and people were watching this. It's just like people give a hell like
yeah.
about what people do. Like who the hell like.
Yeah, why do you care about this person?
Right.
Or why would you think that people
Right.
would care about you?
And the thing is, we watched it because she loved the girl, and she's like, I would love for us to do that. And I'm like, well, whatever. I just wanted to make her happy. So whatever.
You learned early how to handle women.
I did.
Yes,
I did.
dear.
Yes.
Whatever you want.
Woman's always right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Even when she's wrong.
Right. And when a girl buys you $4,000 earrings, you kind of listen to her.
Who got $4,000
Right.
earrings?
Are you wearing them tonight?
No.
Wait, someone bought you $4,000 ear. Somebody
Yeah.
bought you $4,000.
Yeah. You
Wait.
listen to that person.
Yeah, was there like 7 iPods in them?
Hey, if anybody buys you anything, you listen to them. I've learned that.
Somebody could buy me fucking Skittles.
If
I'm
it's
not
a
going to
girl,
listen to
if
them.
it's a woman and she buys you something that's of huge value, you listen to her. You take her
Well,
value.
yeah, but nobody's ever bought me $4,000 worth of anything.
You just don't know it, but they gave you $4,000 worth of love.
Did you want those earrings?
I didn't know I wanted them.
Until you got them.
And I was like,
Until she got on her knee and she was like,
They didn't turn your ears green or anything
No.
afterwards, right?
No.
Because like I would totally lie and say
right.
these were
praise
some-
them.
I went too.
I would be like, wow, these were $4,000 and I paid $4
Oh, that's funny. I have a
for
story. I
them.
have a story about that. I actually,
you fucking appraised them?
I bought a girl a phone one time, and I told her that it cost $1,000 because normally it would, but I only paid like $200 for it. And she was like, "You love me." I was
He
like,
was the 5th generation.
right. High school.
Yeah,
days.
Pyro's the only guy that winks at himself.
Yeah, I do. Brother. Yeah.
Why are you winking? Oh, I did that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was just supposed to be internal.
No, but the reason why you listen is because you want more. So I listened.
Like you listen to her as a woman, or you listen to
I
like...
listened to her because I wanted more earrings. No, I'm playing. No.
And how many pairs of Jordans do you own?
Oh man. Oh
She's
yeah.
your sugar
And she
buddy.
bought me a bunch of Jordans too, which was cool. Which is why I have the addiction to Jordans now.
But why would she do that?
Because she loved him.
Yeah.
Well, love
But I
doesn't-
loved it too though. Like we were cool. We had actually
but
a
wait-
really dope relationship.
But what's going to happen if you're in the woods on the desert island? Like, is there still going to be
Nobody
love, or
thinks
is it
about
going to be
that.
Nobody
like...
thinks about that.
Nobody
No,
thinks
no.
about that.
When you're in love, it doesn't matter.
All right, so love,
So
Jordans.
We loving Jordans.
Loving-
No, so we started
that's
a video.
Great movie.
And actually, you know what's funny? I keep all my videos up. So even from day one. So we just started vlogging, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm like, no one's gonna watch.
Did she
this.
prepare you? Was she like,
No,
this is
she
kinda
didn't know
you're
what to
gonna
do either. No, none of us knew what to do. But then when I seen the girl from A Judy's Life husband do it, I'm like, oh, well, he can do it. Fine. It's just like a relationship thing. So we did that. I don't know. Yami's story, Gary come in, she broke up with me. And just jump there. It's like,
Do you know
let's
what
go.
somebody
Just
said?
throw it on fire.
Somebody said they didn't like your YouTube video, and she was like, "Fuck him!
Yeah, I don't need this.
I backed
Be
the wrong
Judy by
horse."
myself. I can be Judy by myself.
Yeah,
I want
No.
those earrings back right now.
yeah.
No, I still had them.
They're going to my next boyfriend.
Actually, unfortunately, I just lost those earrings recently on the airport.
Lost them?
On the airport airplane getting here, I lost them.
You don't
That's a
lose
sign.
them
That's a sign.
accidentally on purpose,
That's a
maybe.
sign. That's a sign.
That's the cosmos telling you.
Yeah, it's time to let it go.
All right. So, what did heartbreak ensue,
Yeah.
or was it more like, oh, thank God?
A little bit of both.
It was both. It was
like
both.
for some people, it's like, you know, I love them, but like it's a weird weight off my shoulders that I don't.
like, I mean, she was probably not the best, but she was one of the ones that I actually didn't mind being with.
I didn't care about her.
So
I
she
just
was
really didn't
comfortable.
mind.
Yeah, it was
being around
comfortable.
It was
her.
fun. We had fun, and then the whole YouTube thing. A lot of girls and relationships don't support that in this day.
Well, because you become more
because
than
I'm so hidden. It was so crazy to just be like, "Hey, everybody, look at my world. This is what I do. This is how I take a shit. This is how I brush my teeth."
That's amazing. What episode is that? I just wanted to
Actually, there
check
is
it
an
out.
episode.
it's episode number 2.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of women nowadays aren't into that. A lot of people are hidden. They don't want to be shown to the world. So if you could find someone that loves what you do, especially in the sense of YouTubing, that's a hard life.
And be a part of it. And they're not upset with being
Right.
a part of it. They're
Right.
like, I support you if I end up being in the background or we talk about
Right.
me, like I'm okay with that.
So support.
That's Howard Stern's career.
Yeah.
You know, he gets to
Right.
talk about the people around him.
So you know, the support wise, she was awesome for that. So
even when you broke up, was she still supportive?
ew, I don't know.
Ew.
She just dropped off the face of the planet on that one.
She moved to Virginia.
They probably. That is the face of the planet. Drop.
So, but you were doing these things with her, and then like Hammer drops, and you have a choice to make.
But you know, it's
Do I
crazy.
continue?
It's crazy because not only was I doing it with her, my friends wanted to get involved. A lot of my friends were like, "Oh hell no, don't put me on this shit."
Right.
Hell no, I'm in Compton. I do this illegal stuff. Don't put me on channel. And that became a little hard. But
Like
eventually,
double parking.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, double parking. Yes, for sure.
Overdue library
and parking
books.
in the green. Let's just say. So eventually, they just started to be like, "Oh, why are you not recording me?" And I'm like, they wanted to become part of my show more than I wanted to make the show. So it became kind of a mixture of them,
Right.
and me, and everything, and then my son as well because he's awesome.
But how did that progress after?
So after that,
Because you got to give her credit for getting you involved.
right?
in it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because if it was for her, I would have not did it at all. So far as the YouTube thing, no, that wasn't.
But there's no contract, so you don't have to give her
No.
10%.
No.
That's the best part.
Yeah. No,
There you go.
No.
Yeah, guess what you're entitled to? Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Shout out. Shout out. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
but
here.
then also remember, I always had the underlining of doing music. So I decided, hey, why don't I just put my music on this thing? Why not? Duh. It hit me.
So, but I mean, so you were like, I'm just trying to get in the mindset of like, I'm like for me, like I want to be there, like I want to know the smells in the room when you make a
Oh, it was
decision,
terrible
like I
smells.
want to know what the people,
terrible
well,
smells.
because you ate gassy food.
That's a lot of shit.
So, but what was the thing like do you remember when you're like, you know, I'm just, you know what, I've been doing this YouTube thing, like let me throw some music out.
Well, I was always doing music. Always. I mean, no matter what I did, music was always my outlet.
But you weren't using that media
I wasn't.
outlet to promote it.
Because I don't know. It wasn't in my mind.
Right.
You know what? It's huge. I always thought music and video was supposed to be separate. I never thought. I know. I never thought.
You ever seen a movie?
No, movies don't do it.
You ever seen a musical movie?
You know what's funny? I hate musicals. Well, I used
Me
to hate
too.
musicals.
I hate 'em.
I hate like shut up.
Hate 'em.
So I didn't want that to become my life either. I didn't
Moulin
want to be a
Rouge,
musical.
I don't care.
Right. Even though
Yeah.
that's my motto now. It's crazy.
What do you,
Life is a musical. Play your part.
That's okay.
But it wasn't before.
Thank
that.
you, Zac Efron.
Yeah. Oh God.
Is that what he said?
No.
No.
Hell no.
No.
He better not.
I like him.
I swear I'm coming after him for that. If you
I
do.
like him.
Zac Efron.
Yeah. I like him now.
I was more of a Corbin Blue fan. I wish he would have made it further.
No, I like how Zach had the
started doing
addiction
stuff.
problems.
Yeah, that went.
And then
I
it
liked his
went-
hair. It was
Who's Cordon Bleu?
his best friend in the movie.
Oh,
Yes.
With the hair.
So how did you? What was it like to like get music out there and then say, you know what, I'm gonna pursue this and see where it goes.
A couple people perceived it. They liked it. They liked the music. So I was like, well, hey, let me just keep doing it. And then, I mean, I've seen on TV, I'm like, everybody has music videos. Like, I think I want a music video. I think I want to do one. And then not only that, but I used to love.
Was there part of you?
form.
Was there part of you thinking that was like a little egotistical, or was it just like, I'm an artist, I want to.
I want people to hear me. That's all it was. I
don't care how they
I don't
do.
care.
Yeah.
I don't care what they think. I just want to do it because it's my own.
Right. If you hate it, you hate it, but at least you listen to it.
Exactly.
Right.
And the thing is I had a big thing on music videos because back in the day, I used to love music videos because they used to tell a story.
Right.
And I was really big into the whole aspect of the story, which made music videos cool. It's like a short movie, a video. It's what's supposed to be. But then now, with that time, it was so many people putting out just crap about just dancing around and flashing money and jewelry, and like that was the idea.
That's not real
music.
life.
Right.
That's the life of like a fraction of a percent of people.
Exactly. And I'm like, if I do a music video, I want to do a story because I'm big on stories. I like storylines. There's times where I even write music to a story that I align in my head, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a song about a story about something. So when I do shoot a story, it'll come out naturally the way that I wrote it.
A lot of the times, that's the way music has been forever.
And a lot of people don't do that nowadays.
I don't know why.
Especially in my industry.
I don't. Well, I mean, if from verse to verse, you're like, where am I? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
though. And the
about a Malamar.
The rap culture is just. I was just like, nah. If anything, maybe I could try to help it a little bit.
Who are you? Who are the people that like you
look up to,
or influence?
I would say Eminem, Ice Cube, and Will Smith. Yes,
Big Willie style.
I did say Will Smith. Will Smith was dope.
He still is. I don't
like. He was dope. Like a lot of people don't realize how dope he was.
I even
as a
like
rapper.
Wicka Wicka Wow Wow West. I even like that song. Like he was good. Like Summertime.
His wordplay was awesome, man. The things he would say.
There was nothing. I don't think he ever got the credit that he deserved.
No,
even still today, I don't think.
Nope.
Like there's a guy.
And it's funny that it would be Eminem and Will Smith because they had a little confrontation.
Eminem and Will Smith had a confrontation.
Yeah.
What
about music?
How?
If you listen to albums, you can hear it. It's funny.
But dude, like Eminem, like
right,
they're
you would
two
think it's so
different audiences.
But
like
they had both attacked each other very smallly on a song.
Will did?
Will Smith clapped back. It was weird though because the way Will Smith is not a diss rapper. So what he would say is something that you'd be like, wait, did he just say what I think he said? Like
SmackDown M?
Yeah. But Will Smith is funny because what he said is, I believe he said, I don't want to say what he called him one thing because I love Eminem, but he was saying something about basically like, you don't know me. My wallet is so big, I can like buy your whole studio and send you home. And I was just like, damn, it's true. It's not a lie. But it wasn't like no verbal like attack. It was just like realistically.
Philly just fought Detroit
like,
via LA.
Like realistically, like he has a point.
See, this is what I think, and this is part of the reason why, over the last 2 days getting to know you, like, which I think is, I think you're a phenomenal human being.
I appreciate that.
I don't know if I sounded like Trump the other day doing that speech where his teeth were falling out, but something sounded like I was a little distorted here. Is that you like to entertain, you like to make people smile. And at the same time, you like to talk about real shit. Right. So I don't understand. Like, see, I always think that like if people do that, like if Eminem's going to do something to Will Smith or Will Smith's going to do something to Eminem, there's two reasons that'll happen: fear or jealousy.
Right.
So M went after Will, and if 8 Mile taught us anything, fucking Eminem can act too.
Yeah.
Because I think he's been through the shit and he's just fearless.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely. He's definitely fearless.
And I think that your success is just gonna go up higher and higher because I look at you as a guy who's like, if I have to be the clown for the moment, like I'm okay with that. If I have to be serious for the moment, like I'm okay with that.
You're not afraid to fail, which is important because when you fail so many times,
I love failing.
I do too.
Yeah, and I don't think you give a shit about what people think about you.
Even if it's considered a fail to someone else, it's not a fail to me.
It's a learning experience for you.
Exactly.
So how did you bump up the fucking YouTube?
All right. So I hired a music director.
Because I have 3 subscribers.
That's 3.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Hey, 3 is someone. At least you have someone that cares about
I'm one of them.
Yeah, 2.
I'm one of them.
Well, I'll be 4.
2 are relatives, and 1 was an accident.
I'll be number 4 today.
There you go.
I like your stuff.
So how did you bump up?
I made a music video. I hired a director to do it. I didn't like his anything because he told me it was going to take 15 days to do it.
That's a feature.
Right.
That's an independent feature.
I'm like, should I write the script or like?
Yeah, that's a $500,000 budget independent feature that has craft service. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just got
And a union.
So right, and crafty. Right?
Yeah.
No, so I told him, I said, I can do better. And he was like, no, you can't. And I'm like, yeah, I can. He's like, well, do it then. So I fired him and I did it then.
The gauntlet was thrown.
It was. Don't tell me I can't do anything.
So then
I'm Batman.
So then you shoot. So you shoot your music video.
I shoot my music video. Welcome to Symphony in LA Minor, and it came out great. For what I had, I didn't really have that much.
I mean, that's part of the impressive thing. Like, it's not one of those music videos that's like, oh,
yeah.
It's one of those ones where it's like when you tell the story about how
and that's
how
all it
you
is.
made
It's
it.
a story.
But number one, the track's good, right? But the other thing is like, because I think rap right now is like spoken word. Like, if you do it right, it's spoken word with a beat, and you're telling a story, and you're trying to connect to people.
And to make things even crazier, that video is more than just that video. I shot 3 videos. It's a story. I got a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's a trilogy video.
Wait, there's 2 more?
Mm-hmm. That was already shot.
Where are they?
I can't put them out yet for music production issues, producers. Stuff
You know we own a studio, right?
Yeah, I know. But see, the thing is that since
Just get your stems and send them away.
Yeah. I need a new,
Dropbox.com.
How about WeTransfer?
That's
don't like
free.
weed? I
Don't
like-
be that guy.
I like wet. I just like the way it sounds, wet.
Zip it.
Wet.
You can zip it. No, it's only you can only do a gig for like under.
Oh yeah,
for
you
free.
can do a gig, right?
Yeah, you can't do more
That's
than
right.
that.
Damn
yeah.
it. I've never seen none more than a gig. That's crazy.
Nah, I'll just give you my Dropbox password.
Yeah.
You can send it to here. We
I'm
can
down.
and we can do something. And if you hate it, you fucking hate it. And
Yeah.
that's great too.
No, it'll be awesome. It's an awesome story. It's a really good story.
So
I
you
want to do it.
So you have 2 other songs that
I have
that
2
need to
songs
come
that's supposed to be coming out. One is called "Do You Think About Me," which is 2, and then "Free Codes" would be 3.
Freakos.
Yeah,
It's a religious song.
it is. Yes.
Is it really?
It's about-
Hallelujah.
It's holy.
Holy. Hey. Oh, hey.
So certain cheese and outfits. I don't
Yes.
know what that.
Honey.
Yes.
So what's the future for you? Like, what do you like? We're so happy you're here in Scranton.
Oh yeah, I'm really happy, man, and I'm happy I met the awesome Stacey Toy. She's awesome.
That's
And-
me.
Yes. If you guys didn't know, it's just an invisible person here.
That's Gal
awesome.
Gadot.
You couldn't tell? Come on.
Yeah, it's the accent. That's how I know.
No, I've done 2 movies last year. Hopefully it get released 2018. That's the plan.
Now, what 2 movies did you do?
There was a movie called Rideshare, which is about a killer Uber driver. Everyone can relate to that. I feel
That happened.
I know, but no one's supposed to know that. But
It was in the news.
I know that. But the way it was perceived and shown, no one's supposed to know that. Even though we all know that. I don't know. It's just,
Another
the
safe
trailer?
lock. That's
Yeah.
why safe lock happened.
yeah.
I think Uber drivers should
But
get
it's a
plexiglass
twist.
and handguns.
It's a twist on it. It's a twist on the story.
Okay, who's it? Do we know anybody in that besides the Amazing Pyro?
It's a lot of YouTubers in it. I would think. Oh, actually, no. You have Caitlin O'Connor. She was the cover of Maxim magazine 2 months ago.
Oh, do you want to give
she's
her my
awesome.
number?
Yeah, if you want.
I'm engaged. I can look at the menu, man. Like, we could be friends.
Yeah, she's awesome.
We might start a cooking show.
A couple of big YouTubers are in it. D Sharp, Spanky Valentine is in it. Directed by Tremaine Hayhoe, which is really awesome. It's his first feature. He's done a lot of like other little side gigs, which is pretty cool.
So this seems like a drama.
It's supposed to be, no, I wouldn't say that because I'm not supposed to give too much out of it. But
I'm
it's-
sure IMDb has a classification of it.
I think it would come up as thriller on IMDb.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the next? What's the other thing?
And then I did Glassjaw. And that one is really cool.
They just had the red carpet.
Yeah, we had the red carpet.
And
at
Pyro's
Heroes.
on that video. If you go to Glassjaw on Facebook,
I
they
love
released
movie.
that.
It's such a great movie. I like it because it's a true underdog film, and it's like my life.
Can you give us
Even though I'm
like,
not a boxer.
the pitch for it?
I can't.
Like the Cliff's Notes, like basically like a 2-sentence.
It's just pretty much about someone's fighting the odds. But it's really funny because of boxing movies, so they're like literally fighting the odds. But no, it's about a person fighting the odds and just coming to get the best out of who they are, out of getting out of the rubble.
Well, you have the guy from Shawshank Redemption in that movie.
Yeah, a lot of cool people are in
Wait,
that
what
one.
guy from Shawshank Redemption?
What's
I
his
know, I
name?
can't think of his. I was hoping that you would know his
No, I'm
name.
sorry.
It lost my brain as soon as it
Is it
came out.
William? Which guy? Is it Tim Robbins?
Jamie Camille's
No.
in it.
Who's Jamie Camille?
You've seen him on all the Target commercials right now.
Atari?
Target, all the Target
Target.
commercials. It's
Oh,
so
dude.
cool.
I
You
do-
seen him?
I
He was
do-
also in Coco.
I do commercials and films and
Yeah.
stuff, and I don't watch TV.
Yeah, I don't either. But he's so
watch
cool. He's such a
commercials.
cool guy. And then the uncle from Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite's in it.
Oh, Uncle Rico with the football?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uncle Rico's in it. Yeah, he's awesome.
And your director, he did The Players, was
Yes,
it?
Jeff Salintro.
Yes.
What's the Players?
That was from like 1992. Remember, it was the one I was talking to you about not long ago. I don't know if it was The Player or The Players.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're on the up, man. Your stars, your
Yes.
stars, your
excited.
supernova is just starting to.
I'm excited
to get gas.
Yeah, I'm excited. I just feel like things happen at the time that they're supposed to happen.
So what else is going on? What can we expect from you in the future? Because I'm going to try to get you back here in like the next 6 months.
Yeah, I'm
We can
trying to be
record
back
some
here.
music, and
I want to be here as much as possible.
I would love it, man.
Yeah, you could just trap me in here.
I
lock
think
the
I
door.
made a friend. I don't know if you feel this way, but I think I made a friend for life.
Likewise, for sure. Likewise, it's fun, man. I love it.
Fuck toy.
I have music
Let's
coming
get
out
rid
too.
of her.
You love me.
Save the toys for the boys. No, I'm playing. Just like,
No, we're good with that one.
So what do you got coming up? I mean, like
I
you
have
still
music.
do like.
I have a song coming out on iTunes really soon. Free Coast.
The religious one.
Yes, and then Do You, which is a song about asking if you think about me. Yeah.
What does that mean? Do
Just,
me? Do
like-
you think about
like,
me?
do you think about me?
My fiance's in the next room. She's never gonna be like, I think about you.
But who can forget you doing the air hump to Pony?
Yeah, because I didn't forget it right now at all. We didn't
That's
forget
all I got in my mind.
Yeah.
We're shutting this down in the next minute or so. I am putting on fucking Genuine.
it. Hey, also, Stacey Toy is awesome. I just want to say that 3 more
Do we
times.
want to fawn over her for a little bit? How did you meet this fucking loony?
Well, I met her at, what was it, Kamikaze?
Yeah, Stanley's
Stanley's
in Los
Kamikaze in
Angeles.
LA.
Is that the one after with the one we went to?
The one we went to last year, yes.
Oh,
Wait, you met her at the same? You met him at the same one that
next
I was
one.
at?
No, but I met him at the one
after.
this year.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
year.
because we
But
didn't go
you-
this year.
No, you didn't go this year, but I went this year.
Yeah, she went, and she was awesome. She met me with my Pyrex hat, my Pirates.
But you just like walk past each other and you're like, hey.
No, I mean, we became friends on Facebook, and I had people telling me about him, and so I was kind of watching some of the stuff he was doing. I am that girl because I want to see what people do. And when we ended up, going to the same place, we're like, hey, if you're here,
The LA Convention Center?
yeah,
Yes.
but it's a big place. You were there last year.
It's huge.
Yes, but
You
you
know.
go went
bigger
to
than
the
the
same
Batcave.
place, and that's like going like, so we were both in Bolivia.
Yeah, but he's in a Tyrannosaurus Rex hat
Yeah,
and
I was
like
in a
a
Pyrex.
big burly beard.
Pyrex.
That
You're in a Pyrex hat?
Well,
Isn't that
not,
used for
not the
baking?
Tupperware Pyrex. I have
so
a
happy you knew
character.
that, man.
I have a character
smart.
Pi-Rex because Pyro T-Rex together makes Pi-Rex.
Do you make your arms shorter and have to eat the pie?
Yeah, I try to get in like small spaces, but I'm it's too big.
You can't light a lighter.
Nope. No. Oh, I need to put pillows in there. It's actually quite uncomfortable sometimes.
So what's back to the future for you? Like what's going on? Like what can we look forward to in the coming months?
Music.
Are you,
Music
are
and
you,
hopefully
going
more
to
movies.
transition now to focus on like music and film?
I want to. I did a big project not too long ago called 31 Skits in 31 Days, which I made 31 skits in 31 days.
That's heavy.
And I kind of took a break from doing skits and sketches because it took so much out of me, like a lot.
What do you mean? You have to come up with original content every day.
And we made it work. I had an awesome team.
So out of the what was it, 31 sketches in 31 days? Mm-hmm. How many of them do you like?
I like them all because of and when I watch them, I know how much effort went into them. But
See, like when I lived when I lived in LA, there was movies that you worked on that you had a great experience on, and the movie was a piece of shit.
Right.
And then there was crews.
Well, in that
you
case, they're
worked
all a
with,
piece of shit. No.
and then but there was crews that you would work with, and then they
love
were
my
pieces
crew.
of shit, and then the movie was awesome.
Man, I love the crew. And a lot of us
Do you have a good network of people around you?
We do, but a lot of us, we don't get along. A lot of in-crew rivalry.
So it's petty.
But I loved every single person who worked on, man. They put their heart and souls. I had editors because there were times that I just couldn't edit no more. I just couldn't do it. I was blind.
So how are you working collaboratively? Like, is that okay with you?
Yeah, I love working with.
So you're not one of those like Kubrickian. Like,
no, I'm really big at everyone getting credit for what they deserve. If you did it, get the credit. I mean,
I like you.
I'm not.
More, man.
I'm not. It's not. I can't do everything.
And he's gracious. Like, that's the one thing I really liked him. As soon as I met him, he like sent me a private message on Facebook saying thank you for meeting up. It was so great to meet. And I was like, oh my God, people don't say thank you. Like, I didn't do anything for him. We just met up, but he like took the time, and he's very like gracious, which is important because nobody does that. So say thank you, all you stupid people who think you're gonna get shit.
Right? Yeah, a lot of people don't say thank you no more.
I didn't get that yet.
You know what's crazy? I have an autoresponder. I take a picture of a person and automatically responds, "Thank you." No plan.
Thanks for ignoring my sadness. I was saying I didn't get a thank you, and he just segued into other shit.
I know, right? It's always right in front of your face.
I always say thank you.
I'll just do times. You know, in this, I'll just do a hug and a reach around.
Yeah.
So is there anything that like, where can people find you? Like where, like
on YouTube, you can find me at Pyro TV. You know what? Let's just make it easy. Just type Pyro, the number 2, SICK on every platform, and you'll find me.
Pyro 2 Sick?
Yep. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Hulu, Netflix, PlayStation,
Live Me,
You Now, Musically, Lively, everything is.
How do you keep up with all of those things?
I don't know. I pray every night. Like,
to God, keep up.
It's so much, man. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
Because I think that's something that a lot of people don't know is like how involved it is just to
it's a lot. It takes your life. It takes your life and your soul to be committed to all that.
You have 8,000 social media sites to upload tomorrow.
Yeah, but
so where do you find time for your music then?
That's just it. When I do music, I have to take a step back from everything.
Do your fans get pissed when you do that?
Yeah. But a lot of times when I'm on, like, a good thing about Live Me and like a lot of live sites, you could take them in there with you. So that's kind of cool. And
so they don't feel neglected.
No, my audience is really dope because they'll sit there and they'll watch me, just like now. Hi. They'll watch me and like even doing music, like they'll just sit there and like, oh man, like, and they'll give me like comments that they like.
Is anybody commenting now?
Oh, there's a lot of people. Pyro, you're alive from Vicky Love.
She's alive. He's alive.
Yes.
Yeah, I went MIA.
Oh, you're not dead.
I went in a little MIA. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's great. A lot of people have all good stuff to say. Like that toxic. You're the most inspiring person that I've ever met.
Has anyone yet said you and or I are assholes?
They said, who are they? We're nobody, and we like it that way.
Right. They love it, though.
My goal in life is to make it to no one knows who I am. Like, he looks familiar, but I don't know. Are they enjoying this so far?
Oh my God,
or do they hate it? Or
there's like, look, I don't know what the special stats are for that, but it's pretty impressive. Everybody's been sending sharing and broadcasting, and
yeah, that's so cool. Wow.
Do you want to say anything to your fans real quick?
I love them. I love them all like play cousins. That's my saying. I love you all like play cousins, you know?
All 2,151 of you live on
We have 2,000 people watching us right now.
And they've been consistent. It's been going up over this whole time. You have the best viewership.
You need to do the next one topless.
Oh, God.
Stay tuned, kids.
Just like sitting back, like real comfortable, and we'll get you like celery and peanut butter.
Oh,
and
my
we'll
God,
just hope like a little bit drips. Not chunky. We'll do creamy. It'll be fine.
I love creamy.
Did you have fun? Like, are you having fun doing this?
I love it. I loved it. It was fun. I actually thought it. You know what's funny? I was scared to podcast, but now I'm pottying and it feels great.
You're pottying?
Yes,
It's
I'm
potting.
I'm pottying.
Is that what it's called? Potting?
I thought it was pottying.
No,
I was
that's
like,
number 1 and number 2.
I was like, you just took a
three.
shit.
Yes, I'm taking a potty.
Potting.
I'll go get you a dish towel with some Windex.
This is awesome. And I love the way how all this sounds. Like, this just sounds really good in my ear. Like,
This is a recording studio called The Stewed at 258 Studios in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I forgot to plug everything.
258.
And you can find us at 258studios.com, spelled out 258studios.com. It is not done yet.
Yes. But our pictures are there.
Yeah, you're
and
getting like a pre.
Our team
We got
looks
some
awesome.
we got some sweet photos, but
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're on Facebook.
Awesome
if you
photos.
spell out 258, all one word, Studios.
25.
Instagram.
I feel like you have like 25.
Yeah.
Everything's at 25.
I say that to potential clients.
You got to get it
And
programmed.
who are
in
you
their brain.
from? Who are you? Like, I'll have a normal conversation. Like, who are you from? I'm like, 25.
You got to just keep saying it in the background so they get programmed
Just
in their
whispers.
minds. Like,
People usually
25.
scream, and instead
Maybe for this podcast, we'll do underneath. We'll do
25.
You gotta
Like, you'll
do it,
subtly
you gotta
hear
do
it.
it. You got to do it like Mark Wahlberg on what do you mean?
Premiumbeat.com.
What is it? Not Step Brothers. What's that movie he just did with Will Ferrell?
Oh, Daddy,
Daddy.
something.
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home.
You got to do it like he did it. 103.6. The Panda.
Up until 4 days ago, I would not have gotten that reference, and I watched it.
Oh man, that was the best part of the whole movie.
I'm like, yo, I'm like, Marky Mark does not sing like that.
Right? Not at all.
He's
Not at all.
Yo, you feel it?
Feel
Come on. So, all right, from at least from me, I feel honored and privileged that you were here and talking to us about.
Likewise.
You know, I need you to come back because we need more
sure.
time.
We
wanna
need
come
more
back.
pyro.
Yeah, I want to come back every day if possible.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here most of the time.
And
we
you guys
just-
got smog like LA, so I'm down.
We don't have as bad as smog. Like,
you
we don't
have
have a
enough.
smog index.
You have enough. That works.
Well, I mean, it's a coal mine in town where 90% of the people here still smoke cigarettes.
That works.
You know,
That works. A lot of people in California look like they got hit by like a coal mine, so it's fine.
they got hit by a coal mine.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, out there. Jesus Christ, what's going on out there?
Send
Like,
water.
are you happy to be here right now?
I
with that?
am. I am. I love this place.
I was there for the fires in like 2009.
You know what's
and
funny?
it
I
was
left at the
choking.
perfect moment. I'm telling you, things happen at the right time that they're supposed to happen.
It seems kind of
I
suspicious.
know, huh? And my name being Pyro, I get
It seemed like you moved. It seemed like you ran to 5 different
I was
areas in the
waiting for
surrounding
it.
areas.
I'm glad you were the first to say it. I was waiting on someone to say, your name is Pyro, but you left California right
But
when
how
it
many
caught on
people
fire.
say that to you? It's like the cliche thing, like, "Hey, do you start fires?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
In
is
your
my
pants.
all
I
my
mean-
shit is fire.
Yeah, all my shit blows up, bitch.
That's called
No.
gonorrhea. You do not want to have fire in your pants. Thank you so much, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thank you so
you.
much, and I wish
And
you all
thanks
the
to
best
Stacey.
success.
Stacey made it possible.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Marky made
Stacey
this
brought me here.
possible.
So how did
Stacey
So how
brought me
many
here.
fucking microphones did she plug in?
That's right.
Stacey brought me here.
And Marky made everything happen.
Yes, Marky made all this possible.
I just bring him the stuff, and he makes
Yes.
it work.
I'm the
Stacey,
stuff.
just so publicly
that,
everyone
right?
can
I'm the
hear this,
stuff.
I think you're a fucking diamond in the rough,
Thanks.
and I think
The rough part.
and I think Pyro's a rough diamond.
I am. Yes.
Walk
Sharp
out,
edges.
Jafar.
Very sharp
Here
edges.
he comes.
All right, so we'll talk to you soon. Hopefully, we can get you to do some music, maybe too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Maybe I'll do a music video with you.
Let's do it. I'm
All right,
down.
homie.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, great. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.